got something for y'all. You know, let's just break it down. Let's break it down. So, how do you use your mind? How do we use our mind to get what we want? How does that work? See, like, there's all these theories, right? Like, yeah, your mind is like a Wi-Fi antenna, and you can connect to the frequencies, and then you attract it, and then you vibrate at the same frequency, and that's how you connect to what you want. Okay, I'm with you here. I'm with you. I'm with you. I believe it. I believe it. The vibration, connecting to the vibration, that vibration of what you want. You have to increase your vibration. But let's just break it down into even more logical terms. Some things that everyone will get, that there's just a logical argument for why this works, right? So if you start becoming optimistic, what happens? What happens when you become optimistic? You basically start seeing positive outcome for any given situation. What does that do, right? Because us human beings, we have this thing called the reticular activation system. And this system is a filtration system in our mind that says, this is what's important. This is what we focus on. And so therefore, that's what you see more of, right? Because the reality that actually exists, that's actually real, is really just made up what's going on in here. So it's all about our perception. And it's all about what we choose to filter, even if we're not doing it consciously, that actually matters, right? So let's say I used to be a very negative person. I used to see everything the wrong way, the pessimistic way. And then all of a sudden, hey man, I need to be a little more positive, right? And you choose to see the kindness in that person that smiled at you. You choose to see that the glass is half full rather than glass half empty. What's going to happen? You're going to start seeing more opportunity, right? I'm just pairing apples to apples. So we start talking about vibration and things like that. Well, what if that's vibration, right? What if it starts with what we see and what we decide to notice in the outside world? And if we decide to look for kindness, if we decide to be kindness, then we start seeing kindness. If we decide to see the opportunity to make money, if we decide to see the opportunity to add value to someone, and you start training your brain to start seeing these gaps where you can add value and insert yourself in that situation. Is that the law of attraction? I think it might be. I think it might be. I think that all the law of attraction is trying to tell you is that you have to become better than who you are right now in order to have the things that you want. And you have to have a positive mindset as you're doing it because of just the logistical circumstance that you'll be in. Just by pure logic, there's no way to move forward if you're negative. Because if you're negative, you won't see it. It's really that simple. So let's say you're positive now, right? Positive, right? You're you're a great human being, right? You're giving. But let's say you want to make more money, right? So now we start thinking about the relationship that you have with money, right? There are many, many happy people, but they say, I don't need that much money. I don't. Well, why not, right? Well, that's the relationship you have with money, right? So now, let's say that person changes that relationship with money and starts seeing the opportunities for monetary gain in different situations. Do you think they'll stay in the same income level? If the opportunity is there and you're looking for it, then how are you not going to take it? Because that's what you want. So that's the law of attraction. I think it's really that simple. And while meditation helps, and while clearing your mind helps, because we have to have clarity. We have to know what we're shooting for. Some of us don't even know what we want. And the first thing we need to do is get clarity. And the only way for the law of attraction to work is if you have clarity. The universe isn't going to give you what you want if you don't know what you want. The universe is going to be like, well, here's some things. Look at all the things around here. Pick something. There's a lot of things to pick from. And when you pick something, you dive into it. You don't dabble. You don't just say, this is something that I've been thinking of, right? There's like two different types of people, right? There's one that dabbles, right? That, just peeks in, right? Puts their toes in the water. And then there's the other person that just dives in the deep end. Let's say the person that dived in the deep end hated it. Well, they're going to be really sure that they hated it because they dove fully in, right? So that's a lesson that they can take forever with them. But the person that dabbled, the person that just did a little bit, just dipped the toes in the water, that person, what did they get? They just wasted their time because they don't really even know that it's not for them. So, yeah, we really live in an age of all this opportunity cost where if I do this, I won't get to do that. But I think the worst mistake is not diving deep into it and giving it a full fair shot. Even if it's like a month of you just immersing yourself in that. Because you know what's going to happen? Your reticular activating system is going to start seeing all the opportunities related to that thing and everything that's related to it. And if you just dabbled, then you aren't training your perception to find those things. And so that's when you waste your time, and that's when you get no clarity because you can't even eliminate something. You can't even know what you don't want because you're not fully trying things. So I think the first step in all of this is getting some clarity. And the second is to have some courage to really, really dive into things because it's really the only way that you're going to know. And there's nothing better than knowing. Whether it's a yes or a no, but you know. So that's what I got. That's what I got. Clarity. Clarity is important. Hope this helps someone. I love you guys. Like and subscribe.